Alright, welcome back to Diddly Squat Gaming. We are here in Northport. I got to, you gotta really work on that because I always want to say North Point for some reason. Not really sure why, but it's Northport. And we are going to attempt to take the cat here, the 68 CT681, and we are going to make sure that the differential's engaged, make sure that the all-wheel drive is engaged. I thought we picked up something for this truck not too long ago, and I can't remember what it was. I thought it was an upgrade. In fact, I know it was an upgrade. Maybe it wasn't this. I know it was for a cat. I don't remember. I thought it was the 681. I honestly thought it was the race suspension, but everything else is yeah, everything else is upgraded. Stock is where it's at. What we're going to do though, high powered winch. Yeah, we'll go with this. Yeah, we'll go with that. Where do I want the long? The advanced winch that I want. That's the one I want. I knew there was one that had both the extended winch and the high powered, right? Combining medium winch setup, extended rope, and improved motor. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, we'll go with this one. Let's go ahead and sell that one so that we get $15,000 back. We are still over 200,000. I wish I could honestly remember what that upgrade was that we picked up, but maybe I'll have to go back and look in the files just to satisfy myself. But we're gonna slap chains, 47-inch all chains on this, so the UAD. I really don't understand the abbreviations for these tires, but we'll just put the 47-inch all chains on. That's what we'll call it, and that's what we'll do. We are going to need to change up the crane. Nah, we don't need the log crane, it's fine. We'll just get our basic yellow crane. We'll throw that on. And I suppose we'll throw the low saddle. This doesn't have a bed, does it? You can put a bed. Unfortunately, you know what? Let's do the low saddle. We're gonna crane this one. Low saddle engaged. All right. Looks like everything is chalked up to what we need. And the reason why we're doing this is because we are going to attempt bags on ice. We are going to get the 4 bags of concrete or cement, depending on what. Actually, it's not even what part of the country you're from. It's completely different. Cement with the aggregate makes concrete. So I know a lot of people tend to think that cement and concrete are interchangeable, but they're not. Cement is actually pretty weak compared to concrete when it doesn't have aggregate or rebar or fiberglass in it. So, but anyways, this isn't about that. This is about picking up these 4 bags and dropping them off to the house. So it's pretty close. Oh, sorry, I was doing all the upgrades with the controller and took off with the controller. Oh, let's change that. Let's go back to the steering wheel. So I will be doing the controller with the crane, or controlling the crane with the controller. It's the best way to say that there. Now I'm a little bummed about the all chains, just because the 2 inside, or I guess the 4 inside tires, they're not chained. Which I suppose is, you know, it probably doesn't make that big of a deal. The outside ones are chained, so we clearly have grip on this ice. We can accelerate. We're not doing donuts. This would actually be kind of a fun playground to see if we could do donuts in this truck. But anyways, we're neither there nor here. So let's fire that up. Let's go into crane mode. And do I want to change the suspension mode? Yeah, we're... Wow. guys, I just pulled something pretty idiotic, and I'm sure you guys are probably already yelling at me and telling me what I need to do, but I forgot to grab the trailer. How am I going to carry four things of concrete without a trailer? I'm sure there are people out there that can do that, but I am not one of those crazy auto stacking, or whatever you want to call them, where they stick like 16 loads of item on a trailer. I tend to keep to the whatchamacallits. In fact, that's actually the first time I've come across this trailer, and I almost want to sell it, but I'm not even going to touch it right now. You're going to get, hopefully, rearranged so we can get this trailer put on this truck. I have to do is angle it this way, get all the way in the corner for it to allow me to get the trailer. That should do the trick. We're gonna grab our trusty blue trailer. Yeah, I'm gonna buy the flat trailer just so that we don't have to worry about the sides getting in the way. Now we are pretty far away from the actual trailer and the crane, so we shouldn't have a problem getting two of the loads on. We may have to do a little bit of shifting to get the other two on, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. This is actually a great way to see the capability of this cat. Now that it's actually in the wild and it's in the snow. Let's go to activate crane, activate anchors, then go into crane mode. Kind of strange. I don't know why it decided to do it like that, but go ahead and reel this in. Try to set this as far back as possible on the trailer. It's been a while since I've used the crane, so I kind of forgot the controls. It's about as far back as we can get it. So let's pack. That will snap it in the third spot. We'll have to do something fancy for the... Actually, you know what? No, we won't. Let's detach the trailer now. Let's store the crane. Oh. We will just drive over to the this other concrete using the controller. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't bother to switch to the wheel. I'm sure you eagle-eyed viewers will be able to see that, but activate the crane. Let's go into crane mode. It always unfolds on the wrong side. I don't know why. I should really just start picking my loads up from the other side. Now what we can do, actually go in, exit. Let's activate the anchors to get them out of the way. And yeah, we can drive around like this all day long if we wanted to. Unfortunately, you can't drop these off at the house, the location where we're going to. You know what? Why don't I turn all-wheel drive on and not get stuck? But anyways, so we can essentially drive around to wherever we want, but we cannot drop this off at the house location and have it count. It has to be attached to a trailer. In fact, I'm pretty sure they have to be packed to be ordered to be counted, I guess. So let's activate the anchor, although I don't really think it's overly necessary. But let's go into crane mode. We'll just throw this on the back part of the trailer. We'll get it as close as possible. That should be good. Let's not recover. Let's restore the crane. And I'm actually going to switch back to the wheel now that we don't need to do any crane work for a while. Although I will have to do some mouse work. Oh, that was close. I wish there was an auto mouse. I wish your view auto-centered. Kind of annoying that it doesn't do that, but I mean, I get that you want to rotate it for certain views. But the fact that, you know, if I'm not controlling the mouse, it should, at least in my opinion, auto-center back to, you know, whatever direction you're driving in. If you're backing up, then obviously the camera will spin around to the front and look at where you're going as you're backing up, and as soon as you go forward, it spins back around to where you're traveling forward. And then you could still have control of the cameras if you need to look in a separate direction. But let's get this attached. Let's get the cargo unpacked and then packed, so you can see everything is right where it needs to be. And hopefully next time we won't even have to unhook the trailer to get the rest of the cement. If you're from the south, they like to pronunciate the cement and draw out the ment part. But anyways, let's take a look at the map. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to come out here, go around, go to there. That should be. All right, so we gotta make our way all the way to where basically the pipeline crosses the road, and then we can cut across go down the path next to the pipeline and pick up the rest of the concrete, and then I think we just go straight through, and then that's where we drop off at the house. So this should be a pretty quick mission. So we'll get to test this truck out and see how well it does in the mud / snow with these tires, because this is the first time we're trying out the chain tires, which unfortunately, even though they say they're all chained, it's just the outside. We got 2, 4, 6 tires that are chained, so it's not bad. I mean, we have 10 tires on the truck, so that's only 60% chained. But anyways, it seems to obviously give you plenty enough grip on ice, so that's kind of the important thing. So, all right, and as we approach, maybe we're definitely going to use the controller to do all the picking up. So let's go ahead and activate the anchor, go into crane mode. Another nice thing is if you drop this down to the ground as you're reeling in your cable, you can actually pick up the load faster by just using the raise and lower feature of the crane instead of trying to lift and lower the winch. And you know what? Good enough. I like good enough. That's my motto. So pack, repack, and then let's restore the crane. And then yes, I'm putting down the controller. And let's see if we can get a better view. Let's try not to fall off that. I just realized that we were right on the edge. All-wheel drive on. Our diff lock is off, which we could engage it just because of just because we're in the mud slash snow. Not to mention we're in low plus anyway, so you might as well use all the grip we can. So far so good. This truck is handling things quite well. So I actually want to throw it out to this one too. Let me know what color you guys want to paint this truck, and we will do it to this truck and the MK38 as well. Now I am ooh, this one's a little bit farther away. I am going on vacation, so I have pre-recorded these episodes up to this one. Oh, are we? Our stump, I think. But anyway, so I'm going on vacation, so I pre-recorded all these. Although I guess that's the whole meaning of recording something, is to do it before you, or as you do it. Anyways, that's a long time joke there. Are we hung up on something else? We are hung up on that. Let's go. Turn our differential back on. Yeah, we're definitely getting hung up on this tree. I just realized that this truck has backup sounds beeping. Let's see here. We need to get out of this mess because we're definitely in a mess right now. But hopefully the winch will get us off this tree. You know what? I think right there is probably good enough. Let's grab the controller. Yeah, we'll activate the anchors. Although I don't think that one's doing. Go into crane mode. It again unfolds to the wrong side every time. Let's go ahead and reel this in. Throw it on that. Perfect. Backpack. And I kind of wish they just had you pack. Like you would just hit pack and it would be fine instead of doing unpack pack, but oh well. If you do it quick, you usually don't have anything to worry about, especially if you're on an angle. But let's restore the crane. Let's go ahead and go back to the steering wheel, and I think we're gonna need reverse with our differential locks to get out of this fog of a mess. Now it's pretty muddy there, so it's not overly horrible. This truck seems to be doing quite well. I could probably go ahead and raise that suspension up. I am gonna do that. There we go. Really hope that didn't pick up. Sorry, my wife just made me activate the whole motion detected thing for, come on, for the blink cameras, and I just wanted it to work on one of the Amazon, the puck disc, whatever you call those things, the yeah, whatever those Alexis Amazon things are called. But apparently it announces it through all of them, so I probably have to go into my settings to figure that out. Let's turn on our differential so that we can hopefully not get stuck through this. And I'm gonna pause right about there and just double check the map. Yep. Just really paranoid about going the wrong way. Anyway. Some texture map or something was probably loading. Especially since I don't think we've been to this area before. But here we go. We're dropping off on to this house. Apparently they're, I'd like to say they were building something, but maybe they're putting in their. Anyways, let's drop off all 4. Boom, and that mission is completed. Trying to figure out where half our money went. I think it was all tires and stuff, and the trailer. But yeah, let's go. This might be a good pathway. Let's shut out the engine. Let's take a look. Okay, so this road does go back here. We could. Why am I having stutter issues with my computer for some reason? I'm not really sure why. Anyways, we do have this cargo. I wouldn't mind doing the large pipe, but unfortunately we're not there yet. Containers in the river, is that it? It is. Alright, we've got the truck and the train, so let's go ahead and beeline. Actually right there. Come out, I think the entrance is there. And then we will sit on either side of the bridge and load up. Now I believe these containers are 2. Yeah, they're 2 slots, so those are going to be on the heavy side, but whoa. Look at me. Typical driver. I forgot to the gearbox was in reverse there. Actually, I think there was just a lawsuit where family the oil change guy who did oil changes died because the family is suing the owner of the car, of the driver, because they left the car in gear when they got out of it, and somebody else at the auto change place or auto oil change place, they got in it, started it up, didn't realize it was in gear, and the car lurched forward and actually crushed the other oil change attendant, and it actually killed him. And so I think his family is suing the person who owned the vehicle because in the state where it happened, which I can't recall what state it was, but the state, it doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter who is driving the vehicle, the owner of the vehicle is assumed all responsibility, which to me just sounds completely ass backwards, but yeah, so, and I don't know if that's an old case, I just heard about it somewhere. I can't even remember where I heard about it. But it's just crazy to think that that's the way the US is with suing. Really, I mean, you just would, you almost should just chalk it up as a freak accident. But that just goes to show you how little people who don't drive sticks, they don't think about, oh, okay, is it in gear before I started? Is it in reverse as I started? Is the clutch in, you know? And I think they said that they did push the clutch in because they obviously had to start the vehicle, but they didn't realize it was in gear. And I did that back when I think I was 15 or 16. I had driven a clutch or a stick before, but it was back when I didn't know at the time. I wasn't experienced enough to know that most drivers of manual vehicles will leave it in first gear or they'll leave it in reverse. So it's just one of those things. It's unfortunate that it happened. When I did it, I almost ruined the vehicle because it was up on a lift. Just one of those ones that you drive up on. But luckily I was quick enough to push the clutch down and keep the vehicle on the lift, and nothing really happened, but it scared the living crap out of me. So it was definitely a lesson that I will never forget, which is to check to see if your gearbox is in gear. So anyways, because I'm talking, I couldn't figure out what I was doing, so let's just go ahead and stop storytelling and see if we can even pick up these loads. It's our pretty you know what, we should be able to do it. They're not too heavy. I will have to be a little sneaky. There we go. Should be good. Need to, you can push them. It's almost easier just to push them with the crane than trying to get them in the perfect location, but way to rotate the cargo too. But I just find it so slow. Like, I am rotating, I am holding on the left D-pad, and you can see the cargo is rotating, but I mean, honestly, I can just smack it into the trailer and get us to rotate faster. It's just easier. And honestly, the cargo's fine. So, alright, well, that was pretty simple. Let's pack the cargo, because that's obviously the most important thing, and restore the crane. And now we can go back to the steering wheel and take care of business. I do have to look though. Let's see, we gotta go. I'm gonna go this way. I know it's a tight fit through here. I think we can do it. We gotta go all the way to the port, don't we? We've gone to the port before. What is this one down here? I gotta remember what this is called. Anyways, let's go ahead and map this out real quick. It's pretty basic, straightforward. All right, so let's hope that we can get this through. I think we can. We'll just have to be a little bit careful. Yep. And by careful, I mean crash it directly into a tree instantly. You gotta go a little. Keep going this way. That's actually wide. Third. Alright, we made it. Good. Oh, that's always a bonus to know that. You can get stuck in a trailer through. It adjusted, but that's no harm. The auto. Thank you for not shifting. It's so weird. I went into 5th gear and it didn't. Didn't accept it for some reason. I don't know if it's because I have a tendency of pushing down when I want to shift for some reason. Knowing that you only have to do that when you go into reverse, but tendencies to want to push down when I shift. I don't know why I don't do it. I hope I don't start doing that in a manual car. Yeah, that might not. I mean, it's not really going to do anything because my manual you can push down. It's just the reverse gear is the very last one anyway. So. But I know a lot of cars either have the collar that you lift up to go into reverse or you push down to go into reverse. So Luckily, my car doesn't have neither of those, so it should be fine, and it should just automatically come back to me anyways. So yeah, it's doing pretty good. I gotta say, these chains are, I almost prefer them versus using the mud tires. Now don't get me wrong, the Scouts might be a different story, but these heavy duty trucks are yeah, they seem to work a little bit better. So boom, another contract done. So getting a little bit farther along. And let's see what else we have on the map. We've got to one large pipe from the drilling site. Is there Let me back up real quick because I can't tell if that's a pickup or load. I bet you it's a pickup. It is a pickup, so we could literally just pick one up here versus trying to drag the other one out, because this is, I didn't realize how big these pipes were. That is a pretty big pipe. You know what? We're here. Let's load it up. We will when we get to the other pipe, we'll just delete it. It's fine. We're already at the port. We might as well drag this over, because I'm not even 100% sure if we could pick up that pipe with this crane. So maybe I'll try doing it, see if I can move it around. I got a feeling you can't. It's too big. I think you need the big red crane, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how many hundreds of hours in this game. I've never used that crane. So it would be interesting to try it out. I might throw it on a different truck and give it a whirl, but I don't know. I've been debating about having a crane on this truck and then using the MK38 to do the hauling and do kind of like a two truck thing, almost as if I had two people helping me, or another person helping me, I should say. Let's see here. Where do we get to the site? We gotta go past here under the pipe. I guess the best route is to go here, there, do all this. Alright, that should be a nice healthy ride. Hopefully, don't recall how much, I unfortunately had to do 2 different recordings, or I had to stop recording. Mid-recording, I guess, however you want to say that. Take a break and start my recording over. So I'm 21 minutes into this one. I think I was give or take a half an hour in the other one. So hopefully we can get this done in about 10 minutes or so, and have nothing to worry about. And this will be kind of another test to see how well this truck handles the mud, because I mean the roads are probably the best handling model of the game so far, with the chain tires and the ice roads. You do get a little bit of slide out with the trailer, which isn't too surprising considering it doesn't have chains. That would have been a small bonus if they were able to, when you had chain tires on your truck, to have chains on the trailer. And honestly, before I say that, I can't tell, I don't have enough light. Does the... No, the trailer does not have chains. See what... No, the trailer does not have chain tires. Okay. I didn't think it did because of the way the back end slid out, but yeah, so anyways, it would have been a nice feature if they had that where the trailers could have chains on them as well. Because to tell you the truth, I think that's, you know, they definitely have to do that. Put chains on a truck. They must put chains on the tire of the trailers as well. I could be wrong. You know what I just had an overlook of? Is the fuel that I have are a little low in, so hopefully we have enough to make it, or hopefully we pass a fuel truck, because I don't think there's one until we get to the drilling site, so we better hurry up. We may have to start a rescue the next mission. that would always be grand, right? Run out of gas on this one and call it a mission, or call it an episode, and then we send out a recovery truck to get us. I can't believe I'm actually going to attempt this. There's no way to do this without getting stuck. So let's go ahead and let's lock everything, get the differential on. We'll stay in low plus, and we will attempt to make it where I turn left. Try to turn left, because apparently this truck has a horrible turning radius too. I'm starting to think every truck in this game has a horrible turning radius. We're down to 12 gallons. It's not looking too good. I'm not sure where this truck starts to chug, but I suppose we will find out. We know where it doesn't like to climb over is giant boulders. So that didn't help out. Decent terrain. If there's anything too bad, then again, so I'm actually not talking loud enough. There I go again. That's my other issue, is I tend to stop talking, and the mic doesn't quite pick it up all the way, so I may just have to tweak the mic a little bit more, just for those times when I kind of relax my voice, I guess, and not talk so loud. So that's probably my biggest issue, besides saying the word all the time. It's there we go again. It's bad. I say it way too much, and I need to treat it as if it's a swear word, because apparently I can do all this recording and everything without swearing, but in real life I can't. I cannot function without swearing. So but when I do this, I can swear, so I need to think of the word as a swear word, and then I'll stop saying it. But eventually, hopefully, I think my dad's been trying to get me to not say it forever. Am I going the right way? Yep. I feel like I lost the trail completely. We are in some deep snow. There we go. Which is kind of the downfall to this chain tires. They don't really do too well in deep mud and deep snow, but they do excellent on every other terrain that they throw at you. So bounce off that rock, but we are so close. Come on, let's just go over. It's not this thing. It's so close. I was about to say, is that me causing the thing to shake? It's so weird. I don't know why the whatchamacallit is shaking. Maybe it's because I'm getting low on gas? I have no clue. Why is that shaking, guys? I've never noticed that before. Does it do that when I'm low on gas? No, because I literally just ran out. Alright, so we are officially out of gas. Let's go ahead and stop the engine. We don't have any means of refueling, and we were ever so close to the actual location, so we're gonna have to get the truck out. Maybe we'll bust the Hummer out. All right, so let's grab the Hummer. We are going to go to customize. We are going to go to the tires, and we are going to throw some chain tires on. We're going to see how well this handles. Ooh. Oh, I don't have the race suspension, that's why. Okay. Let's just grab these 35-inch chain tires. Was it? It wasn't this, was it? I swear. There was something that we got. And I cannot tell you what it was. It's kind of annoying. Can't think of what it was. Anyways, we're gonna jump in the Hummer. We're gonna head out, put some fuel in this truck, and hopefully get it on the road. First things first is we're going to go in the morning and do it. Let's see how well this vehicle handles the road. Actually, it's more of the snow tires. Let's not go through the deepest part of the snow. We're not really testing that out at the moment. Let's also get the lights on. Because that's the one thing I've noticed. At 6 a.m. in the morning in Alaska, it is pretty dark. So this truck definitely needs better fitment of its tires. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the back. Honestly, I do think it's the wider kind of guards there on the side, but let's see how well this chews through this. Pretty dismal. Pretty dismal indeed, actually. Looks like the trees are actually completely blocking us from moving right now. Come on. Seriously? Oh. Yeah. Try all-wheel drive, genius. Oi. That was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I hope you guys find that entertaining. So many times I forget that. So I don't have the differential lock for this yet, which I believe comes in somewhere in Alaska. Hopefully we'll find it sooner or later. Maybe now that we're actually getting some of the missions out of the way. Whoa. We just had happen what always happens in real life. And wait, yeah. We go under the road. We do go under. Yes, we do go under. Jeez. But yeah, so when you get into a big snowdrift on the road, you do just get sucked right into it like that. So it's good to see that that's pretty accurate. Let's chug along. Really no point of going into low plus unless we really get stuck. But I should be following the exact same path that we've been that we took with the cat. Come on. So you can see we do suffer quite a bit going into the mud. As long as we have a winch, we should be fine. As long as we have an anchor point, that also is a very important thing. Let's see, yep. Go ahead and go into first gear to get us to get some traction so we can move. But it's still, yeah, it's still manageable, and I don't know. I think I kind of like the, I kind of like it. So I think I might switch out the tires on the MK to chains as well. So like there, you kind of lose it a little bit. We could probably go into low gear. Kind of stuck. And we don't have any points. Yay! all the way to first here. That's not. Oh wait, he's moving a little bit. Try the old-fashioned left, right, left, right. Don't have any winch points. Let's go back to auto and see if we can get. I mean, try backing up and getting another run at it. Really didn't seem to help. There we go. Get a little bit of traction when we go to the right. Oh, come on. I'm going to end up burning through all my gas just sitting here. Try low gear and see if that helps. We're inching. Come on, Hummer. We really need that raised suspension there. I think we're definitely dragging. Alright, Alright, let's try to go back again. Now we're kind of stuck. Are stuck a little bit. Oh, there we go. Here's the real. If I go at it one more time, can we? Let's just try high gear. Oh no. Let's try auto and see if we can't pop out. I'm sure you guys are enjoying this so much. Beeping. You guys hear beeping? It almost sounds like I'm... You know when you do the sticky keys in Windows? Maybe I'm wearing out my steering wheel. I hope not. Well, you know what? We are inching ourselves ever so closer. But, we've not gotten to a winch point yet. Oh, this is the worst. Oh. Well, shall we recover? Let's recover. Alright, well let's make a whatchamacallit out of this. Let's go back to the Hummer tires and see if we can get through it with these. So these are no chains. We will turn all-wheel drive on. So we are slipping and sliding all over the place on the ice, but is that a small price to pay? Well, let's just take out the road or the stop sign. Is this a small price to pay to be able to get through the mud better? So everyone seems to think that these tires are the best tires for the Hummer. And so far so good. They're not horrible, I'll tell you that much. If we went through highway tires on them, I bet you we probably wouldn't even get out of the warehouse area. Especially if we went into those little snow piles. But anyways, so I think we've got about another, oh, there I go again, going in the snow, but that time I didn't get stuck as bad, so I don't know. This is going to be the true test, if we can barrel through that mud pit that we were stuck in. I think what really hurt us is not having raised suspension. That definitely seemed to be bottoming out the vehicle. So here we are. Wait, is this where we got stuck? No, this isn't stuck. Although, maybe we will get stuck. Alright, well. And this I can winch from. That's not where we got stuck, was it? No, that wasn't. Wasn't here. Wait a minute, am I going the right way? I am not going the right way, and that's why I wanted to come back here. I gotta come all the way back. At this point. Whatever. You know what? We know where we gotta go. Alright, so let's back out of this. Hopefully we can. It always helps to go the right. And definitely overshot it. So this yellow Hummer is getting a little dirty. But that's okay. Hummers look better dirty, right? That's my motto anyways. I don't even know where. Honestly, don't even know where we got stuck, guys. Did we get through? I think we got through all this with chain tires. I can't even recall that far back if we used the winch or not. I know we did use it once or twice, but I honestly don't remember where we used it. So if we can't get through, this is where we got stuck. But we can't get through this, then we know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we're even anywhere close to where we're getting with chains. Yeah, we're not. That's interesting. I mean, we're moving a little bit. Go ahead and let it go. You know what? We may end up ending this episode with this test, because I might go back and get mud tires now. Yeah, like we're moving ever so slightly, but we're nowhere near. That just kind of sunk us, so let's go ahead and go back. Let's recover and go to customize and go to the tires. And let's see. I believe we have mud tires in this thing. So yeah, I want to go with these guys. And let's leave the garage. Let's see how these tires handle. I didn't really expect this to be a test trial of tires and such, but it's kind of turning out to be. So far these tires actually handle better, I think, on the ice than the stock Hummer tires. That's a plus. We're nowhere near the grip that we had. It probably helps if I, put it in four-wheel drive. But we are nowhere near the grip that we had with chain. So let's see how all this gets handled. That's not too surprising that we gotta switch to first gear to crawl through this mud. But so far so good. And I don't know, maybe we won't even be able to get to the, to refuel the truck. Maybe we gotta go back to the Chevy. Or even just bust out the big boy of the MK38 and deal with that. Alright, so I gotta remember once I go under the pipe, take a left, and then take the first left from there. And that way I don't waste any time going the wrong way and then coming back. So yeah, I definitely think you get a little bit more grip than you do with the regular tires. And this is straight up real world testing right here. Okay, so we easily crawled through that. I think we actually got stuck there. Definitely got stuck a little bit here. Actually, it wasn't a little bit. I had to winch myself out, so that's not too surprising. Let's go ahead and drop her. Let's drop it into low plus. Okay. Yep. So we are going through the mud. Well, that's not too surprising. We take a left here. We shouldn't get stuck until we get to the points where we've been stuck before, so I didn't have to winch anywhere. So that's good. This, I think, is getting a little dug out, so it's getting a little bit harder to drive on, or drive through, I should say. Yeah. So far, didn't need a winch, and I definitely winched there with the Hummer tires, so I'm gonna say they patched that. I don't know for sure, but I don't know. These are also the Jack of all tires so they may just be better than the Hummer stock tires were. So, but yeah, I'd kind of like to say that the Hummer tires weren't as good as the chain tires were they? Because we had the chain tires on this, and as you guys can see, mud tires prevail because we are through. Look at that. Not too shabby. I think I know what tire I'm going to run on this truck. Hopefully once I get the raised suspension, I'll get the what is it, the 37s or 39s? Something like that. And we'll be able to easily conquer this terrain with no problems. Well, with very few problems, I should say. Now I can always use the winch as well. To kind of speed up this process, because we're slowly running out of time. I think we're over our hour mark. Although I technically got to do some editing because I thought the first part of my video that I made was a lot longer than what it was. So yes, let's release the winch. Thank you. Let's go to that tree there, and then we can not be pulling us into the mud more and off the trail. Picking winch points with the wheels so much harder than it was with the controller. Just had a lot more control with it, and I wish I could go back to using the controller to just select through. But at last, I don't think you can. Can you? Wait a minute. I can. What am I talking about? That's exactly how I do it with the controller. You know what? I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me. So hopefully I can pick my winch points better now, because I used my brain and I figured it out all on my own. So it's kind of crazy. I think we sneak off to the right here. This is a little this wasn't that bad in the cat, but man, it is not it does not look very friendly for the Hummer here. There we go. That's the winch point I wanted anyways. Get pointed in the right direction. No, that's a horrible winch point. Alright, so let's try this again. Attach winch. We'll pick that point. We'll pick there. Hopefully this will get us close enough to this tree. Because we're gonna need... There we go. Perfect. Alright, so we're almost to the truck. We're gonna get to the truck and we're gonna refuel it. We're actually gonna empty out this Hummer completely. And we will just recover it from its last known location. And then hopefully that will give us enough fuel to get to where we need to go with the cat. So there it is. At least I can see it. We do have a little bit of mud to get through. Use those pine trees. I feel like these taller pine trees would be fine to winch off of. But alright, here we are. Now we can slide right up next to the semi. And let's go ahead and refuel it. We want the source to be that. We want target. Oh geez, I don't know why I was so confused about that. We want the target to be that, and we want to fuel up. And we're going to steal it out of the trunk supplies as well. And we're going to steal the rest out of the Hummer. So we've got plenty of fuel, but let's go ahead and change trucks. Oh, that was weird. And yeah. Let's go ahead and, you know what, let's just finish it. We're like not even 2 minutes from it. This might be the longest video I've made so far. But with a little bit of editing, maybe I can cut out some parts to bring it closer to an hour. Oh, look at that. We're not even in, like, this is the crazy thing. I'm driving through this, pulling a trailer, and I don't have all-wheel drive on. I don't have my diff lock on. This is just two-wheel drive and sheer grip on this truck. So I'm at least gonna throw everything on for fun. Let's try not to tip it over. So, whoa, oh! I'm gonna scream. I think I'm going to scream. Did I literally not just state, let's not tip it over? Alright, so that is definitely where we're going to end this episode. I'm going to need to bring the MK38 out. And yeah, I'm going to sign off being disappointed in myself. So hopefully you guys found that entertaining. And is it me or is there fuel in the water? Like, it looks like because I tipped. Is it because I tipped over? That's pretty cool if that's the case. I've never seen that before. I'm assuming that I am dead in the water. Yeah. There I go again, talking about how I just... Oops, did I accept... I just talked about how I didn't want to roll it. And then what do I do? So, alright, well, good news is it's pretty easy fix. So we will do that in the next episode, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.